Most people know him as the greatest martial artist of all time. But his greatest weapon wasn't his fist, it was his mind. Bruce Lee was a philosopher who used life as his canvas. Today we bring you 100 lessons from the man who mastered the art of living. This isn't just advice, it's a blueprint for your soul. Listen carefully. He was more than just an action star or a martial artist. Bruce Lee was a philosopher of the soul, a master of discipline, and a cultural icon who broke every barrier in his way. Born in San Francisco and raised in Hong Kong, he bridged the gap between East and West, teaching the world that the mind is the ultimate weapon. He didn't just fight, he lived a life of constant self-evolution, creating a legacy that continues to inspire millions decades after his passing. He believed that there are no limits, only plateaus, and he dedicated his life to going beyond them. Today we bring you 100 of his most powerful life lessons. These are not just quotes, they are the distilled wisdom of a man who mastered the art of being human. Prepare to see life through the eyes of a legend. This is the philosophy of Bruce Lee. Listen, absorb, and transform. Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. The stiffest tree is most easily cracked, while the bamboo or willow survives by bending with the wind. Absorb what is useful, discard what is useless, and add what is specifically your own. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. A wise man can learn more from a foolish question than a fool can learn from a wise answer. Learning is never cumulative. It is a movement of knowing which has no beginning and no end. I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. The successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. To hell with circumstances. I create opportunities. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. The more we value things, the less we value ourselves. There are no limits. There are only plateaus, and you must not stay there, you must go beyond them. As you think, so shall you become. Mistakes are always forgivable if one has the courage to admit them. Defeat is a state of mind. No one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. Don't pray for an easy life, pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. Always be yourself, express yourself, have faith in yourself. Do not go out and look for a successful personality and duplicate it. Simplicity is the key to brilliance. Real living is living for others. To know oneself is to study oneself in action with another person. If you love life, don't waste time, for time is what life is made up of. The key to immortality is first living a life worth remembering. Time means a lot to me because I am also a learner and am often lost in the joy of forever developing. A quick temper will make a fool of you soon enough. To control my subordinates, I must first control myself. Life is wide, limitless. There is no border, no frontier. The stillness in stillness is not the real stillness. Only when there is stillness in motion does the universal rhythm manifest. Do not allow negative thoughts to enter your mind, for they are the weeds that strangle confidence. Self-actualization is the important thing. Don't aim for self-image actualization. What you habitually think largely determines what you will ultimately become. A good teacher protects his pupils from his own influence. Humility is the foundation of all virtues. The spirit of the individual is determined by his dominant thought habits. Showing off is the fool's idea of glory. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. There is no help but self-help. Relationships are the process of self-revelation. It is not daily increase but daily decrease. Hack away at the unessential. Simplicity is the last step of art and the beginning of nature. The great mistake is to anticipate the outcome. You ought not to be thinking of victory or defeat. Choose the positive. You are master of your attitude. Possession of anything begins in the mind. Take no thought of who is right or wrong. Be not for or against. Life is better lived than conceptualized. If you think a thing is impossible, you will only make it impossible. The mind is like a fertile garden. What you plant, whether flowers or weeds, will grow. Wait for the right moment? No. Create it. Action is a high road to self-confidence and self-esteem. Ideas are the beginning of all fortune. Failure is training. It is the first step to something better. Even a small step every day is better than no step at all. Loneliness is only an opportunity to find oneself. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger man, but to the one who thinks he can. The less effort, the faster and more powerful you will be. To become different from what we are, we must be aware of what we are. Pride is a sense of worth derived from something that is not part of us. A man who is confident in himself is not looking for a leader to follow. To see ourselves as we are, we must look at ourselves from the outside. Truth has no path. Truth is living and therefore changing. The point is that a man should be himself, not what others want him to be. Obsession is the word the lazy use to describe the dedicated. It's not what you give, it's the way you give it. Balance your thoughts with action. If you spend too much time thinking, you'll never get it done. The medicine for my suffering I had within me from the very beginning. Don't settle for anything less than your best. A goal is not always meant to be reached, it often serves simply as something to aim at. Be a practical dreamer backed by action. Life is a constant process of relating. Your inspiration is the result of your own mental effort. The law of average, put in more, get out more. The meaning of life is that it is to be lived, not traded or conceptualized. To be humble to superiors is duty, to equals courtesy, to inferiors nobility. Inwardly, psychologically, be a nobody. Wisdom is learning to ride the waves of life as a cork adapts to the water. The center of the hurricane is always peaceful. Be the center. Love is like a friendship caught on fire, deep, burning, and unquenchable. As love grows older, our hearts mature and our love becomes as coals. Happiness is better than any amount of money. To understand your neighbor, you must get to know yourself first. If you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're also right. All fixed patterns are incapable of adaptability. The truth is outside of all patterns. It is easy to criticize, but to know yourself takes a lifetime. Art reaches its greatest peak when it is devoid of self-consciousness. Independent inquiry is needed in your search for truth. I'm not teaching you anything. I am only helping you to explore yourself. Empty your cup so that it may be filled. Become devoid to gain totality. The double-edged sword of the ego must be abandoned. Life is your teacher, and you are in a state of constant learning. If you don't want to slip tomorrow, speak the truth today. The heart of the human soul is the pursuit of perfection. Endurance is one of the most difficult disciplines, but it is to the one who endures that the final victory comes. Keep your mind on the goal and you will overcome the obstacles. Life is an ever-flowing process, and somewhere on the path some unpleasant things will pop up. Optimism is a faith that leads to achievement. Walk on. 100 lessons, one extraordinary life. You've just journeyed through the mind of a man who bridged the gap between philosophy and action. But Bruce Lee's greatest legacy wasn't his speed or his strength. It was his refusal to be a static person. He was a constant flow, always evolving, always learning. Now, these 100 truths belong to you. Don't just store them in your memory, breathe them into your daily habits. Because wisdom is only power when it is applied to the challenges of your own life. The world needs more people who dare to be themselves just as he did. If these words moved you, then your journey of self-mastery has already begun. Take one lesson from today and live it for the next 24 hours. This is life advice from legendary people. We bring you the minds that shaped history so you can shape your future. Subscribe to stand on the shoulders of giants. Like this video if you've decided to walk on today. And tell us in the comments, which legend should we learn from next? Your support helps us keep the wisdom of the past alive for the generation of the future. Thank you for watching. Stay focused. Stay fluid. Walk on.